Kilted
Oh, oops.
balls.
Someone's someone's moving in my periphery. Oh.
So you
being
didn't see it.
I may or may not have been being flashed while that was going on and trying not to look.
That's a good Father's Day present right there.
I know. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. What a fun day. Hopefully the fathers got some appreciation. Hopefully the fathers are deserving of appreciation.
Exactly. Although I did get something, I just got it like probably 10 minutes ago.
Well, we
'cause I
just
got
heard,
home.
like we saw you get
Oh,
flashed.
no, something almost as cool. Not quite, but in a different realm. The boys got me. Oh,
you gotta
it
hold it
is.
right
Oh,
near
you can't see it. Oh, you gotta hold it near my face. It popped up at first.
It was at first, but now it's fucked. There it is. Oh,
So
it was there.
It is the trial of King Jarenpo, a tale of a legend and his heroes, and it's a personalized, like, little D&D campaign.
Yay!
So it's super. I haven't had a chance to read it or anything. It's got some maps in the back and like a little storyline and stuff. So super cool. I'm super thankful.
That
Great
is
family.
super, super awesome, I would say.
Yeah.
Seems awesome to me. Well, what did I get? I got donuts, and then it's also my little guy's birthday today, so we just had some cake and ice cream.
I meant to call on our way home. I totally forgot.
Oh, you'll get a chance. You'll get a chance.
In the car, yes.
Turns the big 9 today. The big 9.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, little guy. He's pretty excited to be 9. So
yeah, Morgan was at his dad's, so it's like, okay, we need to wait for Morgan to be in the car. Here, let me make
that's true. That's
that we
true.
don't forget.
That is smart. He's playing with his sisters right now. One of his sisters came over, and his papa came over.
Okay.
So yay. So yeah. Anyway, happy Father's Day, everyone.
Yes, we're slightly late. It was a crazy busy week.
It was a crazy busy week. I was working with elementary kids this week, and it was tiring me out.
Okay, this is your week where you do that.
Yeah, that last week was. And I wasn't going to do it because I was like, I'm too lazy for this. But then my little guy asked me to do it. So I did it.
That's
and
awesome.
Like, there's pictures of me like asleep on the couch as soon as I'm like, get home.
So you're saying elementary kids take a little more energy than high school kids do?
They take a little bit. Well, especially the way
or
this
are you
is
already
run.
out of shape?
I'm out of shape, and like there's not a lot of like downtime, right? Like you're go.
Mm-hmm.
So you're performing, repeat performances over and over. And then practices every night or meetings.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I'm getting tired just thinking about it. Oh man.
And then fun with rentals.
Oh yeah. I forgot all about that.
Being a landlord.
Like somebody was like, oh, what happened Wednesday? And I was like, what did happen Wednesday? I don't remember. I'm like, must have just been tired. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it's funny because somebody was like, when I got to like working with the little kids, somebody was like, oh, you look tired? And I'm like, I do. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know why. They're like, did you have like a rough night? Did you have stuff going on? I'm like, no, nothing that I can think of. And then I'm like, oh. I'm like, and we've talked about this, like normal people, like if they had to deal with that, they would have been sad.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, no, this is fine. Like,
yeah, just stuff.
It's just stuff. It's just, I own that house, so like I own that house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's not a
Sometimes
negative.
I gotta take some time to go take care of it.
Yeah, so it's just funny because I'm like, didn't even think of it as a bad thing the whole time, but then I'm like, oh, I bet that would be like a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting because the topic for today.
Oh, we have a topic.
We
awesome.
do that we've kind of talked about. My wife kind of said this the other day, and I was laughing because I'm like, I'm so gonna talk about this, and she was talking about it like in a different context. But then like we were like, you gotta fake it till you make it. Like that's what you do. And so we were talking about like she has a priest friend who is like, it doesn't matter like how much trouble you have believing or whatever. You just fake it. Like, he's like,
Uh,
eventually the actions will do it. And I'd been reading a whole bunch of stuff that was like, if you just keep acting that way, right? Like, what was
mhm.
the one? There's this one study. Oh, I think it was the guy who made psychology, honestly. I think it was
Okay.
like his experiment that started it. But like he was super depressed and like not having a good time. And he made a commitment where every day he did something that he would not have done as the person he was the day before.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then he wrote about what he did and what was going on. And he found that everything changed in his life
Mhm.
because the action determines everything else. Like,
I mean, it almost goes along with we talk about manifestations a lot on
yes.
here, and it goes right along with it. Although I do want to put an asterisk because sometimes the fake it till you make it is a bad word. Like when it comes to like in my opinion, and I've heard Gary talk about this too, and it makes sense because when we were coming up in the early '90s, and it was fake it till you make it like you're rich, so you're spending money
Oh,
that you don't have, and you're doing this and you're doing that. We're not talking about that fake it till you make it. We're talking
yeah.
about
I
belief
could not figure out
systems. We're
where you
talking
were
about
going. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I'm like, oh no,
no,
you're right.
no, yeah, exactly.
Like don't be running
Like
up credit card
you
debt.
can yeah you can have the mindset like you're rich and you're doing some of those things that don't cost money. Like you're not showing off for money that you don't have. But that's one of those things. Like
Yeah.
I agree with your fake it till you make it for sure.
Well, I'm like thinking like my wife was always like to me was like a boss lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I still remember like there were multiple times where she was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, you just pretend, right?
Yeah.
Like I tell runners that, like they're like, I'm not a runner. I'm like, you have to pretend to be a runner.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just
Yeah.
pretend.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that's where it starts. Well, most of running is belief.
It's like all belief. Like just pretend. And
I'd hate to
eventually
think
you're like, oh,
if I was in the shape that I was in when I was younger with my belief system now, I would have been as fast as you.
oh my gosh. Think about how fast I would have been. Like that's seriously why our buddy was so fast. Like I think I still remember the first time. Like he came to a practice and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just
Hmm.
gonna go out there and run a 4 whatever." And I was like, "You're
Hmm.
not gonna run that. Why wouldn't you?" He's like, "It'll be fine." I'm like, "You're not in
Hmm.
shape." He goes, "I'm in plenty good shape."
Yep.
I'm like, What are you talking about?" Then he did. And I'm like,
Hmm.
he just totally believed he could do it.
Yep.
So, yep. So, whatever it
But
is,
that's
my friends,
that
like,
is good advice. Although you brought up a little bit of belief as far as spiritual belief, and
yeah.
I had a weird conversation today with my dad.
Oh,
My
okay.
my Paul is my if anyone's heard me talk about him, he's my
Mhm,
stepdad. He came into my life when I was about 6, and he's the person who I look up to. He and my father were friends, and my father's passed now,
mhm,
but Paul is my dad. But anyways, like, he reached out to me first this morning, and I was gonna wait till after church and reach out to him. And I said, "Oh," and he wants me to go to church, and
mhm.
he's Catholic, and not necessarily a Catholic church, but he just wants me to have that base.
Yeah,
And I was like, no, no, like that's not me. But I was like, not that I'm against Catholic or Christian beliefs. There's a lot of really good stuff there,
yeah,
like, but that's just not for me. And he starts going in like he failed as a father because he didn't push it more and stuff, or like there were shortcomings. And I was like, no way, Paul. Like I wouldn't change my spiritual journey for anything. Like it's been amazing, and where I'm at now, it's like I'm super thankful to be where I'm at.
right. Well, and it's interesting when you talk about that. One of the things I forget where I was traveling to, but my wife turned on a podcast by a priest.
Hmm.
And I promise this is similar in the vein, at least in my head. So I don't mean this to sound totally disconnected, but it was a similar thing where like a spouse had written in and was like, I can't get my husband to go to church with me. he's just like, not into it or not awake or blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do I do? Or, it was like one of those things, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
this is different because Paul is way, way far removed,
Yeah.
right? But
Especially now.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, states away, states away. But this one, the priest is like, I don't understand. And his co-host is like, what don't you get? And he goes, I would think that if your significant other was like, hey, I want you to spend an hour with me, that you would say yes. It doesn't matter what they want to do. But if your significant other was like, hey, I want to do this, will you do this for me? Then you would say, yes, I'll do that with you. Like, I want to go watch the boys at Taekwondo. Will you go with me?
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Mhm.
Do I want to? No, I don't. But
Depends
for
on the
you,
day. But yeah.
for you, I
Yes.
will. Right? Like for
Mhm.
you, I'll go because I want to be with you,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily whether I'm going to Meijer, Walmart, or going to
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Like it's about being with your person. He's like, I just don't get that. He's like,
That makes sense.
if that's your girl, why wouldn't you want to spend an hour with your girl? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Sitting around at home watching TV that you don't want to go be with your girl. Like
Yeah.
he goes, that boggles my mind because they're not interested in church. I'm sure you do stuff with him that you're not interested in.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I think that all the time whenever anybody says that. And I was like, damn. Like you are so right. You're
Yeah.
so right.
That makes me have to rethink because it hasn't been a deep conversation, but Oliver has started asking about things, and he has
Mhm.
like a little Bible he got for free from someplace.
Sure.
And so Gina's like, I'm thinking about maybe going to X or Y church, whatever. And I
Sure.
was in my mind, I'm like, well, there's churches are different everywhere. To me, the churches here seem like a status symbol, and the more stickers you have on your car of what super church you go to it makes you more important in the eyes of whoever you are.
Right.
So it seems different to me. And I was like, well, if you want to do that, you're more than welcome. Like, if that's something that you feel is important. But I might have to rethink that. If it's something that she decides to do, it might be like, okay, like you said, I'm spending an hour with my family. Like I
Right.
can agree with the teachings and things like that, but the status thing and the I go here, I go there is weird to me in this part of the country.
Right. Well, and if she doesn't want you to go, then that's fine too, right? Like
Yeah,
then but I just thought, I'm like, why
that
would it
makes a lot of
be
sense though.
like,
Hmm.
right? Like you're sitting there listening to stories and you're listening
Hmm.
to music.
Hmm.
And so, like, now if it was something like I've gone to churches before where they are so far removed from what I'm into
Hmm.
that like we don't go to those churches. Like, and like my wife and I was like, if that was the only church around, I wouldn't
And that's
go.
a Catholic church too.
Yeah. Well, because there's
So
tons of
even in
types of
yeah.
Catholics, right?
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I was like, that makes me so mad, and I can't go to a church where the entire time I'm thinking about killing everybody. I'm like, that
You're not
can't.
getting that alpha reset you really need.
No, I'm like, it's just getting me grumpier and grumpier. So I'm like, that can't be a place I go. Like,
Yeah.
that can't be a place.
Hmm. Yeah. So
And so if
that's it.
that was where she wanted to go, I'd be like,
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Like I can't because it makes me
Yeah.
violent, right?
Yeah.
And I would hope she would understand that. But if all I'm doing is hanging out, listening to music and people praying, like whether I believe in that or not, like I don't understand
Mhm.
half the words if I go to an opera and I'm not worried about believing the
Yeah. Yeah.
opera,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there going,
Hmm.
"Oh, I don't believe in Star Wars." Like, well, no
Hmm.
shit, right? But
Yeah.
you're watching that
Nope. That's a
entertainment.
great point because that's something in any relationship. Just the time and the commitment that you're not always
Yes.
doing exactly what you want to be doing. We just had that conversation today with our little guy. He's like, or no, maybe it was yesterday. Like we had a vote. Like, hey, who wants to do this? And it
Mhm.
was like you know, Gina and I did. And if both boys said no, we'll probably figure something different out. But one of the boys did and the other one didn't. We're like, oh, well, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Like in life, you're not always going to get to do exactly what you want to do. But that time, and not that we would have left them someplace, but you
Right.
just come along. But even with spending time with your spouse, spending time with your significant other, doing things that you don't necessarily love. And
Well, and it came up recently because we were talking about like the Pokemon post, right?
yeah.
Like, right, there was like a dad who was like, yeah, I don't want to play Pokemon with my kid.
Mm-hmm.
But you probably should, right? Like,
Yeah.
you might not want to go outside and play catch or do
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But again, that's part of being a dad, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what you
Well,
do.
even on this Father's Day, like yes, it's about the father, but really it's about the kids and stuff. If we didn't have Morgan today, he was with his dad, so his dad was doing things with him.
Yes, yes. And that's
Like
kind
that's
of how
part
it
of it.
works. That is
It's how to be a
right.
parent.
That's how you be a parent. Yeah. Which that's another one of those spots, right? Like I'll have people often who'll be like, I don't know, like especially when they're nervous about being a parent, right? For a first time
hmm
parent. And they're like, how do I do it? How do I do it? I'm like, you just pretend. You just fake it.
Yeah.
They're like, you
hmm
can't just fake this. I'm like, oh, you can. And you
hmm
fake it, and eventually you're not faking anymore. Like that's your reality, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like you fake being kind, you'll end up being
hmm
kind, right? Like it'll
hmm
push you. And that was like one of the priest's examples. He's like, when I first became a priest, I hated babies crying in church. And he's like, I hated that. And so he goes, I would just sit up there and I would pretend I liked it. He goes, and
hmm
now it's literally my favorite thing. I am so happy, like in a daily mass when they're not crying, because only old people go to the mass. He goes, I
hmm
miss it. Like I'm like,
hmm
oh, that's so sad. He goes, I love those squeakers. That's what he always calls them.
hmm
I love the
Oh,
squeakers.
that's cool.
Right. But he's like,
hmm
I just kept faking that I liked it. And now I do. And
hmm
I'm like, yep, that's what you do. That's what I
Like
tell
when
the
you first learn
kids.
how to be like when you first learn how to be kind, like you don't necessarily love it, but
Right.
you learn and then you just really like doing
Then you
it.
just like doing it. Well, and I think about it like with my kiddos, like growing up, like I'd be like, here, eat this. And they'd be like, I don't like that. And I'm like, you just have to pretend to like it. Like, I
hmm
don't care if you like it or not. Just eat the spinach. Like, I don't care.
hmm
Just
Yeah.
pretend.
hmm
And then eventually maybe you will like it. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll always hate spinach, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. But maybe
Awesome.
not.
You never
So,
know.
no, my little boy is starting to love vegetables, and I think he just like,
Oh, that's awesome.
I think he just faked it until now he likes it. So,
hmm
yeah, it's a good
And that's
time.
that's an early age. That's an early age to start liking vegetables. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So especially if we cut them all up, right? Well, it's the normal ones that kids will like, right? Like
hmm
carrots, and but here's the thing. I think, and I don't want to digress too much because we're
Oh.
almost near time. But I think with kiddos, we have so much junk food now that you and I did not have.
hmm
That vegetables and fruits don't have, they're comparing it to something fake.
Yeah.
And so because we're feeding them all that crap early, then they're like, well, I don't like this. I just want my chicken nuggets and ranch. Because
hmm
we're feeding them chicken nuggets and ranch all the time, right? But if
hmm
instead of that, instead of feeding them candy all the time and all this, instead you fed them fruit and vegetable, they would like that because that would
hmm
be what they're comparing it to,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's just like how some people like spicy food, like because they've been eating spicy food, like,
Yeah.
right? Like otherwise, why would you ever like it? Like it hurts.
Yeah.
Hurts twice.
it,
It hurts
yeah,
twice.
exactly. I'll say it doesn't just hurt once.
No. So,
hmm
but yet you'll still eat spicy food, like something conditioned you to like that. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's just a thing. So yeah,
Nope, I love it. I love
so
it.
that's the
Great
message.
tie-in. Great
Yeah.
tie-in.
Well, and that's what makes you a good father, right? Like you just fake being a good father and eventually you'll be a good
hmm
father.
And you
And
figure it
just
out.
you
Figure
just
it out.
pretend. Just pretend.
hmm
Do the things
hmm
that you would think would make you a good father. What movie was that? Not with gal. it wasn't Bad Daddy. What was it with Adam Sandler? And he's like taking care of the little
Little,
kid.
not Little Nicky.
No, that's when he was the devil.
Yeah. No, we just saw it. It was on one of the
Right where he's
channels.
like having him pee on the wall and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I can't
Right?
think of what it's called.
Like he didn't know what he was doing. He just did what he thought would be good, and it ended up being good. Right?
Yep, exactly.
Chaotic, but it was his chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, heck yeah. Well, people, we've hit our
Great.
20 minutes. We're sorry this episode came so late. We're
Mm-hmm.
super glad to see you. We should probably get off so Kilton can get flashed some more. And otherwise, you all should have like a great Father's Day and enjoy
Heck yeah.
life. So, this is Ballbuster signing off.
Guilty Dragon Jared, love you all.